Hey guys, couple washed up meathead tips for you. I'm coming back from a minor tricep injury, I guess we can say that. So this washed up meathead video, I'm doing it with my phone, so take that for what it's worth. And thought I'd share with you a couple tips that just came to my mind that you guys might not know. When using moderate weight or comeback weight or whatever you want to call it, I still like to use the wrist wraps because I want to make sure I'm keeping my wrist in the right position and the bars in the right position over my arm. But I don't want a jacked up casting wrap. I don't want a jacked up cast wrap style. So I'm just using a limp wrap, obviously from elitefts. But when I wrap, I grab the thumb loop in my palm and then I pull down and then around, and I'm not jacking this thing tight with that. The reason why I don't use the thumb loop is because it works just as well like that. The reason I'm using a lighter wrap is I don't need the wrap to cast my wrist when the weight is a moderate type of weight. I just need something that's a reminder to me to make sure I'm keeping my wrist in the right position, especially when coming back from an injury, because it's things like that that you'll take for granted, and it'll be a little bit off because you're still trying to compensate and rebuild that movement pattern from where the injury is screwed up. I already have full range of motion in the bench, so what I'm going to show here doesn't really have to do with how I'm recovering from the injury. It's just something that popped in my head that a lot of you guys may not realize, that when you're benching, yes, you're bringing the bar down to you, but you're trying to bring you to the bar. So what I'm going to do on this set is I'm going to mix it up a little bit. So some of them they're not going to touch because it's a floor press essentially, and some of them they will. The difference between when it does touch and when it doesn't touch is me expanding my chest and pulling the bar down a little bit more, so bringing me to the bar compared to not bringing me to the bar. This is a technique that I use to teach people how to bench, that, you know, get them tighter in the bottom, to give better starting strength out of the bottom. But it's also a technique that I use if I'm trying to come back from injury and I'm playing with the range of motion. So if I don't have full range of motion yet, which you should, but if I don't, or if it still feels a little iffy, then I won't force myself to it. I'll do a few reps first and then begin to force myself to it, so it doesn't, you want to stay out of pain. So if I force myself to it on the first one, I might have pain. So I progressively work it down by bringing, not really working it down, but bringing you'll see what I'm talking about. See how it's a few inches away. Now if I just bring my chest to the bar, then am I getting more range of motion? Am I not? You know, there's the question for you to think about. But it's something that I use, as I said, for people to teach them how to bench, how to bring their body to the bench, but also for coming back from injuries, because as I keep doing sets, I will start to expand more on the first rep and get it that way. So I'm just kind of working my body to the bar at the same time I'm working the bar down, if that makes any sense. How it's a washed up meathead tip that I'm filming from my phone, so take that for what it's worth.